The time has finally come for me to give you guys an update on IPOE, the SPAC that is merging with the fintech company SoFi. And as you can see, on Friday, we had a nice and juicy 10% pop to the upside with some continued movement after hours. And this is actually due to a tweet from SoFi Investor Relations announcing that the deal will finally be closing on May 28th and begin trading under the ticker SoFi, SoFi, starting on the 1st of June. And man, it's about fucking time. So many people have been waiting for this, and it seems like it's finally happening. And if you've been holding SoFi through all the downward movement over the last 3 months, then I think you'll understand just how big this news really is. I think a lot of people were expecting the merger to take place last month, but because things tend to never always go as planned, it didn't, and the stock has really suffered since. But to all you IPOE shareholders, I think over the next few months, we can definitely expect to see this stock begin to make some movements to the upside. And of course, we still have to take into account the short interest for IPOE, which is currently at about 30% of the float, which is not really something any shareholder wants to see. In fact, because IPOE stock was the subject of some short selling activity, there was some speculation that this was actually linked to the delay in the merger. The postponement of the IPOE and SoFi merger came after the SEC updated its guidance about the accounting treatment of SPAC warrants. So yeah, there was a lot of legal and messy stuff going on in the background. And on top of all of that, I get it that SPAC fatigue is a pretty real thing right now. But I don't think the fact that SoFi is a part of a SPAC merger alone should deter anyone from buying IPOE, especially if they love everything else about the company. And you have to remember, one of the criticisms of SPACs is that it can almost be too easy for the target companies to escape the kind of scrutiny that is normally part of a traditional IPO. But unlike some companies that go public, SoFi has a significant growing revenue base. And honestly, this is just another really strong reason that I think investors should be eyeing IPOE right now. It's not all smoke and mirrors with an overly rosy investor presentation projecting insane and obtainable numbers for SoFi. Just listen to this. In 2020, SoFi generated a net revenue of $621 million, and the company is forecasting that its revenue will reach $1 billion in 2021, which might sound like a lot to some, but at the rate that SoFi has been growing, I honestly don't think it's that unrealistic. Continuing, in the third quarter of 2020, SoFi's sales jumped about 60% year over year to $200 million. And that's partly because the company continues to add members to their platform. At the end of 2020, SoFi had approximately 1.9 million unique members. And furthermore, SoFi is one of those companies that I think we're going to continue to see creating partnerships with a bunch of different companies. We've already seen them make a partnership with Moto Refi last month. And if you don't know, Moto Refi is a refinancing car loan business that is going to be offered through SoFi's platform. And I honestly think this is just the beginning. If SoFi can manage their growth and continue to reach out to these different types of financial businesses that they can offer as unique services to their customers, then I really don't think there's much more a SoFi member could ask for. And I'm not trying to hype this stock up because I want to think about this realistically. This is still an early company, of course, and SoFi's platform right now isn't going to be perfect. However, I think what SoFi is aiming and aspiring to be is very intelligent, especially right now. And I know I've said this before, but I'll say it again. SoFi is aiming to be the Amazon of the fintech world. If SoFi is able to pull off creating a refined, polished, and easy experience, while also providing every user with superior customer and financial services, then I don't see why SoFi wouldn't be trading at least $30 sometime this year. The company is also forecasting that its revenue will grow to approximately $3.7 billion by 2025. And if, as expected, SoFi is able to obtain a national bank charter after its $22.3 million acquisition of Golden Pacific Bank, then we're going to continue to see some huge growth from SoFi. And if those numbers weren't impressive enough, SoFi is also expecting to deliver positive net income or earnings in 2021. And this is honestly really cool to see and should give investors a lot of confidence. as a lot of SPACs are nowhere near having positive earnings, let alone having an actual product that they can offer to the market. And while positive earnings are never a sure sign that a stock's price will go up, I think it's fair to say positive earnings can definitely help with public perception in newly publicly traded companies. So overall, I really do believe that the ticker name change and this merger going through is going to have an extremely positive benefit on the stock. And as more big money starts to flow in, and Wall Street is able to see that SoFi can keep their promise in line with their projected revenue growth, then I don't see any reason why this stock couldn't 10x this decade. So that's what I've got for you guys today. Thanks as always for watching the video, and I'll see you next time.